So I chose to major in art because ever since I was little, well, I've always had like a very big passion for it. Like even when I was very very young, I remember just like drawing a lot, like a lot. Whether it was in school, it was at home, pretty much anywhere. Like I would like even draw on places I wasn't supposed to, like the walls in my house. And eventually that led to me wanting to take it a little bit more seriously and actually like, learn a lot of the principles and the fundamentals. And by bit, I've been gradually progressing over the years and definitely developing a style of my own. Honestly, probably the first time I ever picked up a pen, pencil, or a crayon, and then just started literally. Honestly, I can't say I remember the first time because I remember like many memories when I was younger. But honestly, yeah, I'd say that's probably how I did get into art. Just like the second I picked up a pencil and just started like scribbling like random shapes or like characters, that then made me to want to do more of it. And then eventually the scribbles turned to stickmen, and the stickmen turned to more highly detailed characters, much more interesting shapes, much more interesting objects. Yeah, honestly, I could say I got into art like the second I learned how to like pick up a pencil. The career that I hope to get with my art skills later down the line is probably do something a lot in with graphic design and even maybe like animation and comic books. Those are like two mediums that I really really like, especially the comic book and animation part because I really do love storytelling. And I've recently been trying to get a lot more into creative writing, coming up with my own characters and stories, and trying to like mix that also with the art that I make. So maybe something like that later down the line, but definitely at some point I would like to probably work maybe for like a graphic design company, maybe like design logos for like or designs for maybe like t-shirts or posters and stuff like that. But definitely somewhere down the lines of graphic design and hopefully one day comic books and maybe animation. Am I proud with how my skills have progressed? Yes, but also no. And reason being is because part of me still knows that I still have a long ways to go, like a long ways to go, because I feel that like it's definitely better than how it was like years and years ago. Oh, but it's still not at that point where I definitely do think that it's coming out like very nice and definitely is a lot more presentable. But I know definitely if I were to do this in a more professional way, I definitely would have to keep progressing, especially for when I start taking on more detailed tasks and challenges. So yes, my art definitely right now is at a pretty good spot, but obviously later down the line when I start taking on more in-depth uh, endeavors, I'll still have to keep improving. So I plan on sticking with my art skills for honestly probably as long as or for as long as like the creative side of me like still has a spark. Like as long as that creative spark in me is still ignited, I will keep creating. In fact, even when I'm not drawing, I'm still always brainstorming ideas for like the next thing that I want to do. So I probably won't stop being very creative anytime soon. So typically, I start off each artwork I make by settle on the idea that I want, and then start gathering like references, whether it's like photos or like maybe sometimes like I'll use action figures for like the posing, and then once I have all the references I have, then I just start like drawing. And definitely during the process, I will constantly be making changes. Like maybe I'll change up the pose a bit in case it's not really coming out the way I want, or maybe I'll like add in some extra details that weren't in like that I initially thought about doing. Like it's a very ever changing process making art. Like it's never really just okay. I got this, and that. Now I'm just gonna do this. Like you're all constantly changing and like adding things in as you go along. But yeah, a lot of the time when I'm doing it, the process is basically come up with an idea, find the reference, and then as you work or see what works, see what doesn't work, and then we'll hopefully get to the finish line.